We are following breaking news. An upstate New York border crossing is closed following a deadly car explosion.
Caroline Shively reports.
A vehicle explosion on the U.S. side of Niagara Falls has reportedly left 2 people in the car dead and at least 1 Border Patrol official injured. The blast leaving behind plumes of smoke and a charred car at Rainbow Bridge Crossing. Authorities quickly shutting down 3 other crossings connecting western New York and Canada. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau responding to the reports.
This is obviously a very serious situation in Niagara Falls. We are in close contact with U.S. officials and will continue to work closely with them.
The FBI is spearheading an investigation into the incident, and New York State and local authorities are descending on the scene. The NYPD has sent officers upstate to assist on the ground and will be beefing up security in New York City ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. The Transportation Security Administration says it is also operating at a heightened level of security.
We're not really able to rule anything in or out. I mean, it's an active scene right now, as you know, and investigators and law enforcement are on the scene, and we certainly don't want to jump to any conclusions here until they've had a chance to really examine all the evidence and come to some findings of their own.
The White House says President Biden has been briefed on the situation. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
Well, sources tell Fox News that explosives were in the vehicle when this crash took place.
And we do know the FBI is on the ground investigating. Joining us now is former FBI agent Ross Rice. Thanks for being here.
My pleasure, ladies.
So, you know, you can speculate that if explosives were in that vehicle, that this was a terror attack. What does the FBI look at to determine that sort of a specific situation?
Well, they're going to do a detailed forensic examination of the vehicle or whatever's left of it. And you can tell if there's traces of explosive that are left at the scene. From all indications and what I've seen from different reports so far, it looks like the vehicle simply lost control, either intentionally or unintentionally crashed, and the fuel tank ruptured. But again, that's just speculation. It doesn't look like there was a massive explosion. It looks to me like there was more of a fire.
Well, Ross, we know that there's a video circulating out there, and in fact, there are cameras surrounding that border crossing to begin with. But in this particular video, it appears a family captured it. It was right after the car crashes into the bridge. How important is videos like that during an investigation of this magnitude?
Well, they're extremely important to you because it serves as an irrefutable piece of evidence from a witness. And a lot of times when people try and recall things and describe things that are not accurate, the video speaks for itself. So that'll be an invaluable aid to investigators. I think some of the first steps they're going to try and do right now is determine ownership of the vehicle, try and identify the occupant or occupants of the vehicle. I'm seeing conflicting reports about how many people were even in the car. So there's really more that we don't know right now than what we do know.
You know, I want to kind of focus on how this is obviously a very busy travel time for many people. Many people are going to be in areas of the country they're not typically visiting family and friends. So as, a husband, on vacation and an FBI agent, what types of things are you kind of looking for as you're out and about with your family that maybe you can share with others to protect themselves?
Well, the key is always situational awareness, Natalie. You have to know where you are, and you have to be aware of your surroundings. If you're on a road, if you're driving, you need to know where you're going and how you're going to get there. Obviously, GPS and different navigational tools are invaluable for that, but that's not going to tell you if something is afoot. And if you get that sixth sense that something isn't right, you need to heed your body's warnings. But just be aware of your surroundings. Look for ways to escape, ways to flee if you're inside a building or if you're in a confined area. And just, I know when you're celebrating holidays, when you're with family and friends, that's the last thing on your mind. But unfortunately, to be safe, that's what you have to do in this day and age.
Ross, real quick, before we let you go, what can we expect to unfold in the next 24 to 48 hours in terms of this investigation?
They're going to identify the owner of the vehicle. They're probably going to identify the occupant, the driver of the vehicle, and determine if there were multiple passengers inside. And they're going to be able to determine quite readily whether this was a fuel explosion or an explosive device was inside the car and detonated.
All right, Ross Rice, former FBI agent, thanks so much.